Hi, I'm Sam Taggart with the Door-to-Door Experts and DDD Con. Today what we're going to talk about is just really how to overcome a sales slump. Oftentimes guys get into this rut, right? It's kind of like, man, I'm better than this. Like I know I can sell, yet the last week, 2 weeks, month, or whatever, you're really not performing at the level you could be. And this is a very common trait. We call this the salesman roller coaster. It's like, man, we had a good month, and then we kind of get into the lull, and then it's like, crap, I'm broke again. And you probably out of survival, figure out how to kind of get out of that slump. But the reality is you don't want to get out of slumps for survival. You want to get out of slumps because you want to thrive and you want to avoid them as much as you can. Because you realize in sales it doesn't have to be a roller coaster. There can be consistent results. And you can control that by simple 3 things. The first one is habits. Now, if sales is something by happenstance, meaning, well, I hope I get a sale today, versus the habit is to get a sale. The habit is I wake up, tie my shoes, eat breakfast, I sell. And you create this as just, I know my routine, I know my consistent habit, therefore I know the results are a lot more predictable, versus, man, I hope somebody's interested. And that's what typically creates these slumps. So habits would include a couple things. One, your mornings. It's like, what do you do in the morning? The off hours of working, meaning are you studying? Are you spending time actually sharpening the saw? Are you working out, eating right, meditating, praying? Like, are you getting your mind right for the day? Because a lot of times it's like, we're just work more, and we just keep trying to shove in results when we're not creating morning routines. The second one is the hours. Oftentimes when we get into a slump, we tend to work less hours because we're like, well, we're not being that effective. So we come up with excuses on why not to go out. So making sure you're still maintaining the same amount of work hours that you would be if you were a top performer. And the third one is consistency. Now, you realize it's a numbers game. Oftentimes we beat ourselves up, but it's like, okay, let's just I have to talk to 30 people to get a yes, or instead I have to talk to 20 people to get a yes, and just hit the metronome. And if you can stay consistent, I promise that's gonna help you get out of a slump. The second principle is the past and the future are the past and the future. Stay in the what is. Stay in the present. Stay in, okay, great. The last month I haven't sold. The last 3 weeks I haven't sold. What is right now? What is right now is I'm sitting on my couch. That's it. It doesn't matter what's about to happen because we psych ourselves out about the future and we get depressed about the past. So it's like, okay, reset, the past is the past, the future is the future. So there's a principle called the 5-minute rule, meaning if something crappy's happened to you, you got your face kicked in pretty hard by a customer, you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to dwell on that. And if it's not gonna affect you for the next 5 minutes, the next 5 years, the next 5 days, the next 5 months, whatever, then let it go. The past was the past, it happened, move on. I like to talk about selective amnesia, the MIB little like, zing, the little zap thing. So it's like, imagine the zap thing's like, boom, forgot about it, 5 minutes is gone, I'm a new man. Because the more you can do this selective amnesia, the more you're gonna find yourself not in these slumps because you're not stuck. You're not like in gridlock of like, I'm always gonna suck like this. And the third one actually has a lot to do with that, which is reset. So you gotta reset. Sometimes it's like, man, I'm just keep hitting a wall. Take a moment. That doesn't mean don't work less, just during non-working hours. Say, let's take a minute and reset back to my vision, my goals, my why, my gratitude. Like what are the things that are going well? So often we focus on what we don't want instead of focusing on what we want. Craig Manning talks about this through cognitive thinking. It's thinking about thinking. It's what are we thinking about? And oftentimes we're always thinking about what we don't want. So he talks about the principle of when he coached the Warriors and he says, or he coached the Cavs when they beat the Warriors when LeBron James was there. And he says, they kept focusing on, we gotta shut down Curry, we gotta shut down Thompson, we gotta shut down the Warriors. The reality is no, you just got to score more points than them. Let's focus on scoring more points than them versus just playing the defensive game on, oh, we can't let them score. It's no, we got to score more points than them. Let's focus on us winning and scoring a lot of points. And once they shift that mindset to that, that's when they came out of the rut, came back and won the series. So the reality is It's 3 simple things. Stick to your habits. Forget the past. Don't think about the future because that's not even come yet. Focus on the what is. And the last one is just have intentional resets. Love to help you out more. We have great stuff in Door-to-Door University. Schedule a demo today. Follow our YouTube channel, the podcast D2D Podcast, D2D Experts. We're here to support you. We want to really help this tribe, this movement, because our job is to unify it, up-level it, and bring some good tools to you.